below the static, a hollow hum inside the dark. We leave our shadows in the attic, just floating on a single spark. Midnight spills across the empty pavement, the streetlights flicker in a golden row. We are escaping from the day's enslavement, surrendering to where the heavy currents go. Your profile painted in the passing neon, a quiet language in the way you breathe. This is the frequency we set our scene on, the secret underworld we weave beneath. The temperatures in the back of my mind, we leave the edges of the morning behind. I feel the heavy water pulling me deep, awake inside a lucid dream in our sleep. We are lost in the velvet night, slipping through the fingers of the fading light, caught inside the rhythm of the hollow space, tracing every shadow on your glowing face. We are lost in the velvet night, let the deep bass swallow every fear inside, hypnotized together by the endless sound. Feet are levitating high above the ground. The vinyl crackle is a soft confession, a muted heartbeat in the letter C. We find our refuge in this dark obsession, and let the isolation feel complete. The skyline shimmers like a distant ocean, the windows down to let the winter in. We are a photograph of slow emotion, a brush of electricity upon the sketches in the back of my mind. We leave the edges of the morning behind. I feel the heavy water pulling me deep, awake inside a lucid dream in our sleep. We are lost in the velvet night, slipping through the fingers of the fading light, caught inside the rhythm of the hollow space, tracing every shadow on your glowing face. We are lost in the velvet night, let the deep bass swallow every fear inside, hypnotized together by the endless sound. Feet are levitating high above the ground. Close your eyes and let the colors bleed. This is the only kind of air we need, a steady pulse to wash the world away, a midnight promise that we will not sleep. A synthesize together like a rising tide, nowhere to run, nowhere left to hide. We are lost in the velvet night, slipping through the fingers of the fading light, caught inside the rhythm of the hollow space, tracing every shadow on your pole.
wraps around us thick. Just let the lush pads wash away the broken past. We found a frequency that's finally built to last. The frequency is rising to a fever pitch. We step across the border, pull the midnight switch. To collapse the line, to synchronize our beating hearts. This is the moment where the sweet illusion starts. Lose yourself inside the echoes in the dark. Let the self inside the vital spark. Drifting on the current of a steady beat. Dancing out the sorrow where the shadows meet. Let the deep velvet groove carry you away. We don't have to face the blinding light of day. Lose yourself inside the echoes in the dark. Leave behind a glowing everlasting The heavy floor falls away. Time is suspended. Every fractured piece of us is finally mended. We are just currents of electric air, breathing in the static, nothing to repair. Wait for the warmth of the rising chord before we plunge back to the heavy floor. Lose yourself inside the echoes in the dark. Lose your secret sights within the vital spark. Drifting on the current of a steady beat. Dancing out the sorrow where the shadows meet. Let the deep velvet groove carry you away. We don't have to face the blinding light of day. Lose yourself inside the echoes in the dark. Leave behind a glowing everlasting The pulse is fading back into the morning gray. The synthesizer washes everything away. Just a breathless whisper lingering in the mind. Leave the echoes in the dark behind. The city sleeps, but the pulse remains. Static in the air, shadow in the rain. Breathe in the glow of the ambient street. Let the frequencies flow from your head to your feet. Headlights trace the empty avenues underneath the sky of deep obsidian blues. We are drifting through the quiet, hollowed streets, moving to the rhythm of our own heartbeats. Glass and concrete blur into a midnight haze, lost inside this beautiful and endless maze. There's no destination, nowhere else to be. Just the silver moon, the shifting shadows and me. Echoes bouncing off the empty walls. I can hear the way the silence calls. Time is melting in the heavy air, slipping out of focus, floating anywhere. Falling to the midnight velvet, wrap the shadows tight around my soul. Falling to the midnight velvet, footsteps echo lightly on the cobblestone. In this sonic frequency, we are never alone. A sudden flash of amber from the traffic lights, painting golden halos in the middle of the night. Every drop of falling rain becomes a metronome. This hitchhike paradise is exactly like a home. Echoes bouncing off the empty walls. I can hear the way the silence calls. Time is melting in the heavy air, slipping out of focus, floating anywhere. Falling to the midnight velvet, wrap the shadows tight around my soul. Falling to the midnight velvet, let the deep bass take complete control. We are going in the ultraviolet, riding on a wave we cannot see. Falling to the midnight velvet, lose yourself to find your sanctuary. The horizon starts to blur and wash away, pushing back the breaking of another day. Wash over me and synthesize surround. I am elevated, lifting off the ground. Closing my eyes, I watch the colors shift, caught inside the current. I surrender and I dream. Falling to the midnight velvet, wrap the shadows tight around my soul. Falling to the midnight velvet, let the deep bass take complete control. We are growing in the ultraviolet, riding a wave we cannot see. Falling to the midnight velvet, let the endless rhythm set you free. The deep bass slowly fades into the dawn, but the midnight velvet softly lingers on. Waiting on the neon glow, let the lingering shadows go.
The world slows down to a hum. Static lingers in the heavy air. Let the frequencies wash over, breathing deeply in the dark. Street lights bleed into the damn concrete. Silver halos wrapped around my feet. I am walking where the shadows play, washing all the heavy thoughts away. Glass and steel reflect the midnight blue. Nothing here to tether me to you, just the rhythm of my silent pace, drifting softly through this empty space. The frequency is rising from the ground. I lose myself inside the hollow sound. The colors blur and melt into the night. I surrender to the fading light, caught inside the neon city tides, where the secret of the midnight highs. Let the bassline carry me away, far beyond the edges of the day. Caught inside the neon city tides, gliding where the phantom current rise, sinking to the
waiting for the morning light to come. Caught inside the neon city tides, where the secret of the midnight hides. Let the bassline carry me away, far beyond the edges of the day. Caught inside the neon city tides, gliding where the phantom could arise, sinking to the velvet and the deep, while the rest of the world goes to sleep. Fading into static once again, the neon tide begins to slowly fall. Just a whisper in the velvet dark. Close your eyes and let it all dissolve. Midnight pouring through the glass, the city breeze in silhouettes and smoke. I feel the static in the air, just let the rhythm pull us under. Neon flickers on the dashboard light, we are driving through the velvet night. Silver reflections on the avenue, there is nothing left for us to do. Just watch the street lamps blurring into gold, a silent story waiting to be told. The heavy bass is vibrating the floor, I leave my shadows waiting at the door. Breathing in the heavy electric atmosphere, a distant hum beneath the skin of the sleeping city, waiting for the unseen frequency to finally catch. We are just quiet shadows drifting in the velvet night. The concrete veins are empty, the silver moon is low. I watch the ember street lights painting where we go. A steady rhythm beating beneath the quiet cold. We leave the world behind us, letting none unfold. The dashboard softly glowing, a beacon in the black. We pass the final city line, we are not turning back. I feel the every baseline vibrating through the floor. An ocean made of starlight is waiting at the door. The current pulls us under, the frequencies align. The static starts to shatter across the borderline. I hear your whispered secret echoing in my mind. The dark is disappearing, leaving the past behind. We are following the signals in the dark. We are chasing every solitary spark. Let the melody wash over every fear. Everything is perfect while we are standing here. We are following the signals in the dark, tracing the horizon, leaving our mark. Caught inside the rhythm, elevated free. You are the only gravity holding on to me. The neon signs are fading into a distant blur. The engine is a heartbeat, a low and steady purr. I see the constellations reflected in your eyes, a mirror of the universe, a vast and endless prize. We navigate the silence, we synchronize the breath, defying every boundary, escaping underneath. The series signs are shatters, a ripple in the air. We drift into the atmosphere, floating without a care. The current pulls us under, the frequencies align. The static starts to shatter across the borderline. the warmth of the synth and the chill of the night, drifting away, disappearing from sight.
City sleeps, but the rhythm breathes softly. Headlights paint long shadows on the concrete walls. I am floating in the empty space you left behind. Just a distant whisper in the cold night air. The dashboard glows in a heavy shade of blue, tracing the avenues I used to walk with you. Raindrops are falling, keeping time with the beat, washing our memories right off the empty street. I catch your reflection in the wet, darkened glass, watching the ghosts of our history fading past. The bass in my chest is the only thing that is real, numbing the ache that I swore I would never feel. And the frequency rises, pulling me under, quarrying the quiet of the midnight asunder. I close my eyes and I surrender to the sound, hoping your memory is nowhere to be found. But you are the echo in the velvet dark, deep house rhythm beating through my heart. I am dancing with shadows underneath the neon glow, trying to find the strength to finally let you go. You are the melody I cannot erase, lost in the tempo, spinning out of space. Every floor on the floor brings you back to my mind. You are the rhythm that I left behind. The smoke clears out, but the haze remains inside. Nowhere to run in this city, nowhere to hide. Streetlights are flashing, a syncopated groove, dictating exactly the way my lonely body should move. I reach for your hand, but I only grab the night, slipping away in the
Suspended in a silver air. My pulse begins to slowly wake. I feel the static everywhere. The quiet night begins to break. Shadows dissolve on the edge of the room, painting the walls with a violet bloom. I trace the geometry left in the dark, waiting to capture the fall of a spark. Time is a river that slows to a crawl, catching the whispers that bounce off the wall. Under the surface, the rhythm aligns, connecting the dots and erasing the lines. I feel the gravity start to unwind, leaving the weight of the city behind. Currents of energy pulling me high, straight through the ceiling and into the sky. We are awake in the heart of the sound. Our feet are no longer chained to the ground, bathing in echoes of ultraviolet. This is the feeling we'll never forget. Drifting on waves of a beautiful sea, finding the place where we're destined to be. Washing away all the shadows and drawn together forever, chasing the We are in colors colliding in space, tears of euphoria falling with grace. Listen to frequencies shift in the night. We are becoming creatures of light. Higher and higher, the synthesis screams, waking up inside the purest of dreams. We are awake in the heart of the sound. Our feet are no longer chained to the ground, bathing in echoes of ultraviolet. This is the feeling we'll never forget. Drifting on waves of a beautiful sea, finding the place where we're destined to be. Washing away all the shadows and drawn together forever, chasing the dawn. The dawn is breaking, the stars fade away, but inside this feeling forever we stay. Floating to silence, the beat softly dies, chasing the light in your opening eyes.
The city breathes out in silver clouds. Headlights paint the wet pavement below. Time stretches thin across the dashboard, just the hum of the engine and the dark. A heavy bass line drops into the empty street. I am a ghost wrapped up in the driver's seat. The street lamps blur like comets falling out of the sky, watching the sleeping world go passing me by. There is a rhythm hidden deep inside the concrete veins, washing away the static, washing away the stains. I lower the window and let the cool air inside. Nothing to chase tonight, nowhere I need to hide. The shadows are starting to pull me in deep, awake in the hours when the heavy hearts sleep. The frequencies rising, they shiver and bend. I follow the echoes right to the world's end. We are midnight in motion, drifting so slow, caught in the undertow, letting it go. The neon is melting like wax on the glass. We watch all the ghosts of the yesterday past. Midnight in motion, a velvet escape, where the lines of the city lose all of their shape. Just breathe in the darkness, a chill down the spine, a hypnotic surrender. We're crossing the line. The skyline is glowing, a digital dream. Nothing is ever exactly the way it might seem. I turn up the volume and drown out the noise, finding the silence, finding my poise. A million strangers dreaming alone in the dark, each one a glowing ember, a floating spark. We ride on the frequency, perfectly aligned, leaving the weight of the morning so far behind. The shadows are starting to pull me in deep, awake in the hours when the heavy hearts sleep. The frequencies rise and they shiver and bend. I follow the echoes right to the world's end. We are midnight in motion, drifting so slow, caught in the undertow, letting it go. The neon is melting like wax on the glass. We watch all the ghosts of the yesterday past. Midnight in motion, a velvet escape, where the lies of the city lose all of their shape. Just breathe in the darkness, a chill down the spine of the morning surrender. We're crossing the
The city breeze and it home. A quiet hum beneath the streets. We are just shadows waiting for the spark. Let the night take over. The streetlights paint your face in gold, while silver rain begins to fall. I watch the midnight slowly unfold and listen to the silence call. We are tracing lines across the glass, a quiet escape from the noise of the day, watching the lonely headlights pass, letting the heavy world wash away. The frequency is dropping low, I feel it in the undertow. The rhythm catches in my chest. There is no need for us to rest. Lost inside this midnight velvet, falling through the deep blue dark. Every time the bass line swells, it lights a fire from a single spark. We are drifting on the neon tide, with nothing but the groove to guide. Lost inside this midnight velvet, where we can finally collide. The room is spinning soft and slow. Your silhouette is framed in blue, a secret world that no one knows, created just for me and you. The static fades into the beat, the concrete jungle disappears. We find our rhythm in the street and leave behind our waking fears. The frequency is dropping low, I feel it in the undertow. The rhythm catches in my chest. There is no need for us to rest. Lost inside this midnight velvet, falling through the deep blue dark. Every time the bass line swells, it lights a fire from a single spark. We are drifting on the neon tide, nothing but the groove to guide. Lost inside this midnight velvet, where we can finally come alive. Time is an illusion when the tempo slows, caught inside a dream where only magic grows. Suspended in the air, a breathless harmony. The universe is playing just for you and me. Close your eyes and let the colors bleed. This electronic pulse is all we need. Lost inside this midnight velvet, falling through the deep blue dark. Every time the bass line swells, it lights a fire from a single spark. We are drifting on the neon tide, with nothing but the groove to guide. Lost inside this midnight velvet, where we can finally come alive. Fading into the indigo, just a whisper in the velvet shadow. Keep breathing slow, let it go. Suspended in the quiet spaces between the stars, a single voice echoes through the atmosphere. I seal the freak waking up the dark. heavy silence suddenly disappears. Then night falls like velvet on the concrete ground. I am chasing shadows where the echoes used to sound. There is a rhythm hiding in the empty street. I feel it moving under the soles of my feet. A gentle whisper wrapping around my shivering skin, telling me exactly where the magic will begin. I close my eyes and let the colors flood my mind, leaving all the weight of the broken world behind. Tempo rises like a tide inside my veins, washing away the memories of all the endless rays. We are aligning with a higher glowing flame. I hear the universe calling out my name. We are the echoes in the blinding light, burning like colors through the endless night. No gravity can hold us on the earth today. We let the frequencies carry us away. We are the echoes in the blinding light, turning the darkness into something bright. A million voices singing in the atmosphere. There is no sorrow and there is no fear. The neon flashes paint a map across the sky, guiding the travelers who are not afraid to fly. I feel your heartbeat sinking perfectly with mine. We are connected by invisible design. The bass is rolling through the center of my chest, putting the chaos of the waking hours to rest. We drift together through the oceans of the sound, feet are levitating, chains off the ground. The tempo rises like a tide inside my veins, washing away the memories of all the endless rays. We are aligning with a higher glowing plane. I hear the universe calling out my name. We are the echoes in the blinding light, burning like comets through the endless night. No gravity can hold us on the earth today. We let the frequencies carry us away. We are the echoes in the blinding light, turning the darkness into something bright. A million voices singing in the atmosphere. There is no sorrow and there is no celestial tide. We are the echoes in the blinding light, burning like comets through the endless night. No gravity can hold us on the earth today. We let the frequencies carry us away. We are the echoes in the blinding static of the quiet night. Soft pulses moving through the hollow space. I can feel the atmosphere begin to shift. Everything is weightless in this hidden place. The city sleeps below a blanket of silver mist. I am standing on the edge of something I can't resist. Neon reflections bleeding out on the wet concrete, following the steady rhythm of a distant heartbeat. We leave the very shadows of the world behind, searching for a frequency that elevates the mind. Every breath is a vapor melting into the air, send away the remnants of a quiet despair. The barrage is like a tide, pulling us near, dissolving every single doubt, erasing the fear. I close my eyes and let the sound wash over my skin. This is the moment where the beautiful colors begin. We are diving into liquid light, swimming through the endless night, caught inside a perfect dream, flowing down a glowing stream. We are diving into liquid light, everything is feeling right. Let the bass drum guide the way. We are never going back today. Stripped down to the barest echo of a whispered word, the sweetest silent melody that I have ever heard. Your hand in mine as we glide across the empty floor. We have found the hidden key to a forgotten door. The bassline breathes a living thing inside us, just a sanctuary where our roaring souls can rest. Affected cold, I dance in your open eyes as we ascend into the velvet of the midnight skies. The temple edges like a tide, pulling us near, dissolving every single doubt, erasing the fear. I close my eyes and let the sound wash over my skin. This is the moment where the beautiful colors begin. We are diving into liquid light, swimming through the endless night, caught inside a perfect dream, flowing down a glowing stream. We are diving into liquid light, everything is feeling right. Let the bass drum guide the way. We are never going back today. Higher hair past the endless ceiling line, where the sacred constellations perfectly align. I can hear the echoes in the synth, the sound of chords, speaking in a language that is deeper than words. We are breaking through the ceiling of the stratosphere, and the vision of tomorrow is beautifully clear. We are diving into liquid light, swimming through the endless night, caught inside a perfect dream, flowing down a glowing stream. We are diving into liquid light, everything is feeling right. Let the bass drum guide the way. We are never going back today. Fading out into the colors of the dawn, just one single heartbeat echoing on and on. The liquid light remains alive inside of me, drifting away into the silent peaceful sea.